Hi, this is Leon at the Computer Room Nottingham. What I've got here is an iPhone 4S that's been sent in to us needing battery connector repair. As you can see, the battery connector isn't here, and it should be. What's happened, as well as the battery connector being pulled off accidentally, there's also damage to 3 solder pads. 3 have been ripped off. These two here in the centre, they are the more common ones that can be ripped off, and we've also got this end pad here. Now the end pad is sort of did occupy this area here, and then when it was pulled off, it was sort of pulled away from this lighter coloured area here, and also this part of the PCB that goes up here to these two components. So with that, what needs to be done is a repair that will get power going back up here and also this way down to this small track. Once we've done that, then we should be able to get power going back to where the solder pads in the centre were, and then hopefully get it working again. But first, what we're going to do is tidy up the 3 remaining solder pads that there are. We're going to tin these parts with solder to make sure that we can solder to them, and then get a new connector in. Okay, then what we have here is a solution to the problem with this damage here, because what we need is something to solder to for the contact, the pin should I say, on the new connector, and also something that's going to go here and here. Now this is what we have. Now this is a little bit of contact from a SIM card reader from an iPhone 4, because we are quite sad and we collect bits like this, but it will hopefully serve us perfectly well for what we need to do. With it being really flat, it's great for the battery connector to go right on top of it, and the shape of it is going to allow us to solder to this upper part and the part going to the left, and then also to solder the connector to right on top of it. So what we're going to do is get this soldered in place, make sure it's nice and solid, and then we'll go ahead and put the new connector on top. Okay, this is the solution coming along quite nicely. What we have is the piece of metal, the contact soldered in place there, absolutely where I needed it to go. Now we've sort of beeped things to make sure that electrically things are only going where we want them to. We've beeped between this copper strip on the main board up to these components here. They are sort of in continuity with each other, and that's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do now is put the connector right on top of them, solder them down, and then we'll move on. Here we are, we've got the connector in, looking nice and straight. It's in exactly the right position, which we're really happy with. Now the only challenge left to us is the damage to the solder pads here. Well, the damage, the pads not being there, should I say. So what we're going to do is get some wires going from where the solder pads were to where they need to be. Our wires soldered in now. Now the way we did that was soldering the wires into the pins first, trailing them around to where they need to go, and then soldering them in place where the pads used to go. Now all we're going to do is just clip the battery connector down, and then hopefully we'll see it switching on and charging soon. Here we are, we've got it switched on, as you can see. Now it's got 28% charging at the moment. I'm just going to wait for that to increase. Oh, it just asked at 29. Okay then. I'm just going to keep it counting up there to make sure it can charge properly, reliably, and it'll be okay. But yeah, there was power in the battery already, so that's good for the phone. So it's switched on under its own steam. As you can see, I've already talked about it's on charge, and it looks like it's charging happily. But yeah, I'm just going to leave this now for the next half an hour or so, just to make sure that the battery percentage increases safely, doesn't restart or have any other problems. And then hopefully after that we are done. Okay, looking at the iPhone again, it is working absolutely fine, still on charge. As you can see, it's gone up to 48% now, absolutely fine, no problems at all. It hasn't restarted, it hasn't sort of shown any other issues or anything like that, so it's all good. Now this is iPhone 4 that we've repaired, quite a difficult repair because there were 3 solder pads missing. But we got around that, we got the power back into it, and as you can see, it's been charging absolutely fine. and it can power when it's not got power connected, so that is all good. Now if you've got your own iPhone 4S in this case and you're needing help with it at all, then please do give us a call or send us a message. As you can see, we can always help.